Hi everybody, how you doing? This is Jeff. So my vlog, I haven't been too up to date on my vlog lately, and the problem is at home I find very little time to do it. I'm always busy. I got projects every which way. So I thought about it and I thought, where do I have time to do a vlog? And I thought, every day for lunch I head out to here, a forest preserve. This is the half-day Lake County Forest Preserve in northern Illinois. It's about 3 minutes from where I work, and I've been coming out here for a few years. It started a few years ago when I had a really bad day at work, one of those awful days, mornings. The whole morning I left for lunch really upset, and I decided to come out here, and I came out here, rolled down my windows, let the breeze. It was a nice warm spring day, ate my lunch, and just it's almost like meditation coming out here. It's a great way. It's just to get away from all of that. And so I've been doing it for years. I come out here and I write a lot. I bring a notebook so I can write, and I also have a book in here. I'm reading a Philip K. Dick book right now. Sometimes I just sit in here and play solitaire on my phone. Why? Because it's just a way to rewind and relax. When I get up in the morning, the minute I get up, I turn on my computer, and as soon as that coffee's made, I begin work on the computer, and that's about 4:35 in the morning. I work till about 8, and then I jump in the shower and head to work, and then I'm back on the computer at work, pretty much doing the same thing. And then I go home and I jump back on the computer some more. It's my whole life is just doing projects, video and audio and print. I just do so much stuff. I'm doing a lot of writing lately. I'm trying to write a short film that I want to make, which I'll get into maybe in a day or two, because I'm going to do this maybe twice a week, I hope. At least once a week, maybe twice a week. I want to talk about my morning. My morning was an awful, awful morning this morning. Very bad. I woke up in one of those Monday morning, I don't know, it's almost a depression, even though you have nothing to be depressed about. Do you ever get that way? I go through moods. That's the only way I can describe them. This morning I just didn't feel like doing anything. So I went in and began to make my coffee, and I went to grind the beans in my little electronic grinder. And I plugged it in, because if you know those little electronic grinders, they come with a cord that's about this long. I think it's a safety thing so kids can't bring them down and put their fingers in there, so they keep them up on the counter or something like that. But I plugged it in and the wall socket sparked. I'm like, what the heck? And my coffee maker went dark, and this thing went dark, and went downstairs, hit the circuit breaker, and I don't know, I have to replace, I think, the plug now because it wasn't working, so I had to move the whole coffee maker over to the other side of the sink in a small little area. We got a tiny kitchen. Plugged it in, grinded the beans, made it, and after I made it, it was the weakest coffee in the world. I don't know what went wrong. I used the same amount of beans. I used the same filter, everything, but for some reason it came out like just barely colored water. Almost like I was drinking tea or something. There's very little there. So then I had to make a second pot. And then what you have to do, you have to clean everything out, and then you have to clean the filter thing out, and I hate my coffee maker. I just bought a new one, a Mr. Coffee. Can't stand it. I want to get another one soon. And anyway, I want to get rich for one reason and one reason only. To hire a servant. But the only job the servant's ever going to have is to make me coffee in the morning. That would be sweet. Because the problem with making coffee in the morning, I'm one of those people who really need their cup of coffee before they do anything. But you got to make your coffee before you can have a cup of coffee, and that's depressing. And then when things go wrong like today with the coffee maker, you're going through all these hassles, and you haven't had your coffee yet because you haven't made your coffee, because the hassles are the making of the coffee. Boy, are these first world problems, huh? They sure are. Anyway, so this will end my vlog for today. I appreciate you joining me. I'm going to do some writing now. Maybe when I do on Wednesday, I'll tell you about the story I'm working on, the screenplay for a short film, and maybe one of you out there wants to be want to collaborate on a writing project, because I would really like to find somebody I could, connect to and write with, because and I'll go into that later about my problems trying to find a co-writer for my screenplays. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.